Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, you do some good, some food in you. Step 3, you grow hard out what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Good morning. Welcome to Good Morning Crypto, where we turn your early hours into your edge in the financial world. Today, the big headline for the weekend was the possibility of the United States Marshals selling off all the seized Bitcoin from SilkRoad. So let's dive in and get you prepped for success.
Boom. And that's how you do an intro. Welcome to the show. We need to do something else. I don't know, but it needs to be, we need to do something else. I like it. Hey, by the way, I just listened to the playback as it was playing, and we still got some echo on the music, but that's okay. Hey, that's why we're doing a test run before we move over to Piper, right?
Oh yeah. I'm glad we didn't just do it to Piper this morning then.
Piper. Well, anyways, welcome to Good Morning Crypto. So we're going to talk about some United States Marshals selling off some Bitcoin.
Yes.
Possibly selling off some Bitcoin.
Well, yeah.
But first, you want to go over to, do you have any bubbles up or anything like that? Or do you want to?
I do have some bubbles up. Let me get my scene switched over. And we have the stock heat map for the morning. It's going by sector. We have electronic doing all right with the big sector, strong sector. And we have finance. It's looking kind of just neutral across the board so far this morning. You do have like a few ones that are doing a little better, but overall it's just kind of neutral for the morning, which is not very unexpected for a Monday morning. And then for crypto, I know
Looking kind of red.
yeah, just a little, which I mean was definitely something we talked about yesterday.
Cool. Yeah. So everything's looking a little. Well, XRP's up 4%. What's going on with XRP?
We'll have to take a look at that later.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pull that chart up. It is part of the top 25 or the top 30. So, and it is part of the top 5 that we'll be going over today. So it is Monday. So we'll be going over the top 5 following Bitcoin, and then the next top 5, the next 5. So we'll be going over that.
Yep, excluding the stable coins, of course. Cause,
yeah, I exclude the stable coins. We're not going to do any TA on stable coins, okay? I might look at some dominance, some stablecoin dominance, but not TA.
And then
you want to get into that
article for you? Yep, I can definitely pull that up. So if it would pull up, there we go. So we have from the Cointelegraph, U.S. Marshals likely selling off SilkRoad Bitcoin, says lawyer. This lawyer claims spark questions about market stability and the potential sale of SilkRoad Bitcoin by the U.S. Marshals. The United States finance lawyer Scott Johnson said that the U.S. Marshals Service is almost certainly in the process of selling Bitcoin seized from the infamous Silk Road marketplace. Johnson's assertions are grounded in service agreements signed between U.S. Marshal Service and Coinbase in June. According to Johnson, this agreement indicates that once Bitcoin reaches Coinbase Prime, it is a clear sign that the U.S. Marshal Service has either sold or is about to sell these assets. And then it kind of goes a little bit further into it, but that's the main part of it, where the U.S. Marshal Service has already set up an agreement to wholesale their Bitcoin that they seized to Coinbase. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, or
So does that mean they're selling? Are they selling like directly on the exchange? Like not, it's not OTC.
I don't know. It doesn't really go into that, but I would assume since it's whale
If it's
sailing,
OTC, then that's not really going to have an effect on price.
no.
So it could be a big nothing burger.
I mean, but it does change the amount of exchange liquidity, because
Mm.
I know those charts are looking very, very beautiful for a breakout coming. Because if you look at the supply and demand curve, then our supply is extremely low, and it hasn't been this low since 2020, 2021, right when
Yeah.
everything was booming. So,
Do we have anybody in the chat? Nobody's in the chat.
nobody's in
Are we
the
too
chat
early?
so maybe just a little
That's
bit.
kind of crazy. I usually at least have a few people in here. Did it not get shared out?
It's shared out on your Discord. I don't know if it's shared
Oh, it says
anywhere
I'm
else.
live. Says I'm live. I shared it on my Twitter. So,
Okay.
we did get another like in there.
Yay! Thanks for the
I want to
likes.
see I want to see some people. Let me at everyone. All right. I need y'all to show up for us. Okay? They're probably used to me not being here this early.
Yeah. You got them all used to like 5:45, 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, so I don't know, man. It's just what was it? 10,000 Bitcoin?
Yeah.
I believe it was.
It's 600 million, somewhere around there. Yep.
How many has BlackRock bought so far
I'd have to.
through their ETF?
Let me pull that up real quick.
Because it's real funny how the U.S. just starts selling off all of this Bitcoin, and Germany starts selling off all this Bitcoin after BlackRock decides to launch an ETF, a spot ETF.
Well, I think that's what they've been waiting for, honestly. It's like, who are you going to sell your Bitcoin to if you're not sure that you're going to have for sure money over it?
Yeah.
Just hold on to it.
Hmm.
So you have Grayscale, who has bought 448,000, and you have BlackRock coming in second at 124,000 Bitcoin.
Well, Grayscale, I thought they sold off all their Bitcoin holdings.
This is their current holdings.
Did you say 400 something thousand?
Yep. They surpassed BlackRock a while ago.
What? That can't be right. Because weren't they selling off like all of their Bitcoin?
Yeah, this shows the sell off. that might not be how much is actually owned by people in their ETFs.
Mm.
That's just showing their holdings.
Because they do have the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, they converted the trust,
Oh,
right?
over to the ETF. Yeah, they shut it down,
Yeah.
but they still had all those holdings, and I know that's why they were selling off a bunch. But market
Hmm.
share by ETFs, it is
Mhm.
BlackRock up front with 20.7 billion and
Hmm.
Grayscale with 13.7 billion. But their actual
Okay.
holdings is different. Oh, it looks like
That doesn't make sense. What is it? What does it look like?
BlackRock's actually at 345,000. This might be a little out of date, man.
That's wild.
But yeah, it's all of the governments are basically selling off at the same times. You have Germany that just sold off. Who are they selling to? Obviously, the institutions.
Hmm.
The U.S. government going to be selling off. They've just been waiting for institutional adoption so that they had for sure money on it.
If we are going to have this decentralized currency try to Trojan horse us, we're just going to own it all.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're thinking.
Basically.
Well, good luck. You'll have to sell it at some point.
Yep.
Otherwise, you make no money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for them,
And you're a,
it's all
go ahead.
free money anyway. They seized all of it. They never bought a single Bitcoin. They just took it
Yeah,
from
that's
other
true.
people.
Yeah, it's from SilkRoad. So, and it was originally like 50,000, right? And this is like the last 10,000.
Mm-hmm. So
Hmm.
they've done slow sell-offs over the years, but nothing like major where this will be the biggest portion of it that they've ever sold off all at
Hmm.
once.
So Bitcoin.
Let me hop over to your screen.
So we did get a little sell off overnight. It started selling off, I believe, an hour before daily close yesterday. I guess they just wanted to push that thing down one last time. No, that was right at market open or right at the daily open. It pushed down, and then we got some consolidation during Asia. And then as soon as London opens up, well, not as soon as London opened up, but soon after London opened up, we see them push down, sweep the Asia lows, and this is actually looking nice for a little bit of a long setup right here, in my opinion. Short term, long here. I would just to that New York Open, place your stop just below the low. I see this setup quite often, actually. We have just a consolidation range, and then you have a breakout one way, and then you often see it come back and sweep the highs. It might just do a little tap and then roll over, but I see this pattern all the time. So, not that it's for sure going to happen, but we do have some relatively equal lows up here, and we do. I mean, just consolidation range that we just broke out of. So, could see it get rejected back right there, or go back to the top of the range. So that's what I would be looking for as a short little scalp, the little morning scalp before everything really gets going. And then come New York Open, I would just look to see if it can come back above here, above this consolidation range, and hold. And then maybe we can get some continuation for the bulls Outside of that, this is just for today, obviously, but outside of that consolidation range, we could see either the poke above just to barely sweep these highs, or we can reject off of this low right here and then shift back to the downside. This would be the bearish case for the day. Could just be a quick sweep of Friday's low this morning, or last week's, not last week's low, but Friday's low. So just a couple of trade ideas there. If it is to come up to the top here and roll over, we would want to see a market structure shift of some kind appear, some kind of change in the market structure. But then we would just aim for the low if we were to enter a short from up here. So, and then put our stop just above whatever the local high would end up being. So it would come up here and then roll over. So whatever that local high would be, that's where I would think about putting in a short. And it would I would look for something either like this or for something like this. Maybe even that. And maybe enter on this one right here and put my stop above this high here. So that is what I would be looking for this morning for possible trade opportunities. But zooming out, going back to the daily, we can see Bitcoin is still within this downwards channel. Let's see. We did get a close, an bearish engulfing candle of Saturday, but I mean, it's the weekend. Not too concerned about that, to be honest. Weekend price action is just meh. Who cares? Look at the last daily, weekly candle. We have Friday engulfed, Thursday, and left a couple of equal highs, and then over the weekend we came and swept those equal highs. We're getting a pullback to start the week. Hopefully we'll just get a reversal and then just continue higher. Let's go down to the let's see. Yeah, we got this resistance up here, support, fall through. It's fallen through several times, but then resistance, support, fall through, come back up, resistance. So this level tends to get tested quite often. It is the 886 of the macro fibs here at $62,896 right there at that 886. So I'll just be watching this level above us. If we are to break above this week, break above this downwards trending resistance, hopefully we can get into that, but then get a pullback, hold that resistance for support, and then get some continuation Wednesday through Friday. So maybe some of that, maybe a little bit of downside today, and then some calming down, and then a shoot back up tomorrow, and then another pullback tomorrow evening, and then Wednesday we can get the full-on reversal. Maybe something like that could be in the works. That does create somewhat of a head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, and it's just showing just general accumulation, but off of this demand level here. So that's what I'm looking for this week on Bitcoin for the most part. Yeah, just need to get above that resistance level. Talked about it yesterday. Go check out that live. What do you think, Blackie Chan, or BC Port Corp rather?
I kind of
BC.
I had touched on a lot of that yesterday too. Let me get switched over.
Hola, French toaster.
Frenchie. Let me get the right chart pulled up. I had the Dixie pulled up. I was kind of on a pump beginning of week. I'd like to see us come up to the 236 again. Uh, we've battled with it a lot recently, and it's kind of what I was looking at for a slight little rejection. Um, Going into the FOMC minutes coming out on Wednesday, um, and depending on how it all comes out and how the speech afterwards is, I would be looking at people to start buying because all predictions are that we'll at least get a 25 basis point rate cut, if not 50 in September. So that's a lot of buying pressure that's going to be coming into the markets as people start pricing in rate cuts.
Do you have that Fed Watch tool?
The Fed Watch tool?
CME Group Fed Watch tool?
I do not.
You know what that is?
No. Let me switch over to you. Oh, I switched over to yours.
I wasn't ready for it. CME Group Fed Watch tool. CME Group Fed Watch tool. So basically, this is just the predictive center. I think that they do some betting on here. But yeah, 30 days until the next FOMC, and essentially they just give you a what do you call it? Percentage chance of them cutting rates. So we're at a 73.5% chance of them cutting 25%, and then a 26.5% chance of them cutting 50% or 50 points rather in September. So the market is pricing in, a pretty decent possibility of a 50-point rate cut. What do you think about that? Do you think that would hurt the markets, or do you think the markets would take that with open arms and be happy?
I think it's a little overdue, considering that you've had Canada cut rates, you've had the UK cut rates. I'm pretty sure Australia did a rate cut as well. You have Japan in the opposite side, where their rates have been at zero forever, and now they're trying to avoid a whole bunch of problems, so they're raising rates. But we've been staying steady and not doing anything, and you have the American populace not very happy about it, and they've been waiting for a rate cut. I know I got buddies trying to buy houses, and they're like, well, this is super expensive. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, do you want to pay 7% over 30 years? You just triple paid for your house. Can we cut these rates, please?
I would refinance. Yeah, so I don't know. What do you think the impact would be on the market between the two? Do you think the one would have a bigger impact than the other, and which way do you think?
I think 25 basis points, which is normally your standard cut, would be a good signal to the markets, where it's like, hey, we have things in control. We're trying to soft land this as best as we can, and we're taking it slow. There's nothing to be worried about. Whereas if you get 50 basis points and anything over, that shows that they're as worried about the economy as your average American is. And that's where you should be a little concerned. And you should probably put your assets into a safer form of like a bond or something like that, where you're like, I know it's going to get paid out because the American government always pays their bonds. Whereas if you want risk-off assets to fly, you want a 25-point basis cut.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I could also see. So you think that slow and steady shows? Okay, we're everything's going how we kind of want it. So we're just gonna slowly cut. But if we do 50, then there's something that we're kind of concerned about. Um, wouldn't you think that people would then flee to assets? Maybe, I guess, maybe not eventually, or not initially, rather. Maybe they wouldn't.
I
Maybe they'll
mean,
take it as super bearish, but
they're already fleeing to things like gold and
because right,
land.
but what I'm thinking about is the quicker we get down on our rate, the quicker we start quantitative easing. So, actual like injection into the market.
Well, so like the big problem with cutting the rates too fast. So if they go with the 50 point, then you're running the risk of just causing depression level problems instead of, and it's like, okay, well, we corrected, but we corrected way too quickly, so now there's all of this new money in the markets, and the rates aren't holding up with it. Whereas in like,
Mm,
when you want to do an economic change, the
mm-hmm.
economic change that you implement today probably won't be felt until next year. And that's the big problem with people aren't looking at
That's
next year
true.
though. They're looking at why,
Right now.
yeah, why am I going to fill my tank and it's costing me $100 plus if I have a truck.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's going to do that anyway because we doubled the monetary supply in a 18-month span.
Yep. And we've been paying
Uh,
for it ever since.
a lot of people seem to not quite understand how inflation works. They think that because inflation comes down, that means that prices come down. No, you're still getting inflation. We're still at 2.9%. Prices aren't coming down, they're just increasing at a slower rate. That is all that means. Unless we go deflationary, prices will not go down to pre pandemic levels. They just won't. There's too much money in the system now. So
And see,
we're not going to see those prices again.
that's that big problem with shooting for a 2% inflationary target is that if
Mm,
inflation runs rampant, you can never fix those prices. Those
mm,
prices will always be cooked in, and you are now just trying to get back to your original rate of increase on prices. You will
mm.
never go back to what was. That's not how the system is set up.
Nope. You got what you want to go on to the next thing and put only you on the screen?
Yep.
All right.
There we go. Oh, it's sharing the wrong screen. Let me, let me get that fixed. I don't know why it was sharing that screen. There we go. Let me go back to the Dixie. All right. So we've had a pretty nice, strong support line that we've been honoring since about 2022. Um, and we just kind of wicked to the bottom side of it. And I would expect, with the trajectory of the RSI and the MACD, to see a little bit more to the downside of that, which is why I've been posturing for a beginning of the week little pump before we kind of do a retest of this support, and on top of the 50 fib line on this, and before we pull back up over into it, which is why I was kind of posturing at looking at lower prices later into the week. And depending on all the news that we get from the FOMC minutes and Chair Powell's little speech afterwards, I would look at the buying up of assets done by a lot of bigger players. Um, I would keep my eye on the bond rates and see how people are really posturing for short term, because that's what's going to give signals to a lot of other people on where they should put their dollar.
Come on now.
I had to switch to. Do you want me to switch to the one with you sharing a screen?
That's fine.
Awesome.
I just wanted to show this real quick. So this is for the last month. These are your daily returns for weekdays and weekends and Monday through Friday. So Mondays for the past month have averaged minus 1.93%. Tuesdays have averaged plus 0.63%. Wednesdays have averaged minus 1.99%. Thursdays have averaged plus 2.393%. So Tuesdays and Thursdays have been your gainers for the past month, while the rest of the week, literally Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, have all been down days. So just for the past month, if I go for the past 6 months, since we've been in this correction, Mondays have actually been the best day. And then Tuesdays have been the worst day. And then the rest of the week is just kind of chop consolidation. So that's just for the past 6 months. That is just an average of the past 6 months. If we go to the past 3 months, we're actually doing better on Saturdays, which is kind of crazy. But not too unexpected. We got Thursdays and Tuesdays being leaders. Tuesdays just continues to be there. Wednesday, big drop on Wednesday for the past 3 months. If we go to all-time Bitcoin chart, Bitcoin tends to do best on Mondays and Wednesdays and Sundays, actually. Weekdays outperform the weekends by 0.1%. But this is all time. We do expect Bitcoin to go up over time in general. But looks like Mondays, Tuesdays, and Sundays are the best times to long Bitcoin in history. Now, for the past year, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, Sunday, pretty much the same. But Monday and Wednesday, the best times. And Tuesday is typically a down day. So, just wanted to share that real quick. You remember, guys, every single day it's a 50-50 day. Okay? You could hit buy every single day, manage your risk properly, and you would come out on top. Because you do have bigger buy days than you do sell days over time, obviously, because number goes up over time. So if you just go long and hold the winners and cut the losers early, you'll be doing pretty good, in my opinion. Not financial advice. That's just my opinion. What do you think about that?
I'd really like to know what this website is, because I'm gonna definitely use it a little bit more.
This is velodata.app.
Awesome. I will be adding that to my crypto tools.
This is what I use for if I want to come over here and I want to look at open interest, see what that is looking like on Bitcoin. Now, right now, it is coming. Open interest is still starting to come up, but as Bitcoin is coming down, so hopefully that is net shorts coming in here, because the more that this thing comes up as Bitcoin is moving to the upside, the more likely it is that, oh, it's going to be a long squeeze and a flush to the downside, because your open interest is just your buys or your longs and your shorts in the market, the orders in the market, the positions that are open, both long and short. So I can't tell if this is shorts or not, being built up, which I kind of hope it is, because I want to see a short squeeze before I see a long squeeze. But we'll see. But yeah, Velodata.app, really, really enjoy it.
Yeah, it looks like a very useful tool. Definitely adding that. I didn't. No, I've heard you talk about it before, but I've always like missed what the website was. So I'll be
Gotcha.
I'll be nice for my algo trading tools.
Algo trading tools.
Yeah, all my algorithms and stuff. All my complicated math problems to see if I should buy or sell.
The answer is no. All right.
I know you said you wanted to take a look at XRP.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at that. So, well, Monday we're supposed to be getting into Ethereum, Solana, Binance, XRP, and I guess Lido DAO. Did you know Lido DAO's in the top 10? It's in the top 6.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild. But anyway, XRP. Let's go to the weekly chart. See, we can just see. We've been in this triangle for quite some time now. People have been having it here for quite some time, and then it broke down out of it. But this actually looks a little more symmetrical to me. So, bye. Love you. Have a good day. Yeah, just looking for XRP was starting to get a little bit of a breakout this morning. I don't know why. It tends to do its own thing typically, or well, not really. It tends to follow Bitcoin pretty heavily. Every time XRP likes to make a little run, Bitcoin likes to roll over, and so that it kills XRP's run. So it's kind of actually like a running joke in the XRP community, where it's like, oh, XRP is pumping. Where's the Bitcoin dump to make it stop? And sure enough, it happens like every freaking time, at least 90% of the time. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, we got to get above these highs over here. I mean, we got to get above 65 cents, 66 cents. Otherwise, it's still just kind of just chopping about, and we're still in this triangle. So we need to break out of this triangle and get a back test of the break, and then we can move higher. That is what we want to see for most of these coins, right? Where they're all kind of in a consolidation. They're all kind of sitting at their lows, or they're all beat up or whatever, and we're just waiting for like a catalyst or of some kind, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the FOMC in September. Maybe that's it. I don't know, but I just feel like I'm waiting for some type of narrative to just come out and get to send things. XRP is mostly going to follow the rest of the market, so especially Bitcoin. Now it is up 3.78%, but like I said, this thing tends to like to die. So pretty rapidly. I would just be looking for some bearish divergences here, possibly on let's go to the 1 hour. Yeah, getting a little overbought here. So we'll see. Alexo Crypto what? This is way too early for him. What do you mean he uploaded a video? What's going on? It's early even for him.
Isn't he an hour ahead of us?
Yes. Yeah, he's Eastern time. It does have some relatively equal highs up here, so that is definitely an area of interest for the market makers. I could see them tap above that and then get a pullback and do some further consolidating um, over here. Maybe a whole other new triangle, and then it can finally break out. I don't know. This is looking kind of sketch a little bit. We're already overheated on our RSI and our RSI primed. So, yeah, I would just be careful with this one. We've just come up and swept some equal highs up here. Um, so, but if it can hold, I mean, there are some other levels that it can come up to um, today or this week and take them out. So, would not be surprised to see that happen either. But just look for reversals, possible potential reversals as it gets to these levels. Um, just look for that market structure shift. That's what I would be looking for. And throwing it back to you, Black Chan.
All right.
BC.
I've got BNB pulled up. Um, it's been in a nice consolidation phase, just like most of the market. Um, it is not altcoin season yet, so it is very
It's
expected.
not.
No, not yet.
Dang it.
I know. I've just been
I was really hoping it was.
I've been ready for it. I've just been packing bags slowly along the way. I know I bought a lot of injective last time we dumped below $14. So I'm extra happy. But BNB here is sitting right on top of the 236, and I would be looking for a nice little bounce on that with the rest of crypto kind of, if we get Bitcoin moving upwards today, which is kind of what I've been looking for after we hit that little bounce level we talked about earlier.
Mm.
Other than that, we've played a lot with the 382. It's been a nice level to reject off of and bounce from. So this is a little sweet zone on BNB. Um, Decent entry point and exit point right here off of the 236 and the 382. And then I will toss that back to you.
So just in the future, if we're doing charts or anything like that, let's go to just one of us on screen so that the other one can get ready and do stuff.
Got you.
It's fine. Um, yeah, I've got Solana up here. Everybody's favorite centralized cryptocurrency, venture capitalist currency. Yeah, I said it. um, yeah, so we've got Solana over here. This is on the daily. We've got a little rejection off of the dynamic reactor, the chart prime dynamic reactor. So big hammer candlestick. It's looking kind of weak. We are below the 50 on our oscillators. So it's looking kind of weak. I could see it kind of pushing down a little further, but we need to go down to smaller time frames so we can see where we are in this correction. So, it is looking just like pretty much everything else, Bitcoin and everything else. Now, if I actually go just by these candle bodies here, then we have a clear breakout with a back test, or we are currently back testing. So could see a breakout in Solana. Let's see, we did, nope, no bear div. So, hey, look at that. Solana could actually be breaking out now. If it can hold this price level over here, then I would put my stop just below this low here, and I would aim for the highs over here. Now that would take us into new all-time highs for Solana. Well, not new all-time highs, but new local highs. Oh, is that new all-time high? Oh, it's very close. Very close. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what a measured move on this would be. We've got the flagpole from high to the low. Move that to the breakout. That does get us right above there. So, hey, I mean, that's the possibility. Now, this is a 4-hour chart, so this would be a swing trade and could go into literally next week. So, if not the week following. So just keep that in mind. This would be a high time frame trade, but might be best to wait and see if it gets above that dynamic reactor on the 4-hour. Because before then, we're still technically just in a downtrend and bearish, but it is looking good. We did get the sweep of these equal lows over here, so sweep and then a nice little bounce off of that, consolidation, and now we just wait for the continuation for Solana.
Sounds good. Let me get something I had pulled up that I'd really like to talk about. So I saw this news article earlier, and touches a lot on crypto adoption. It's a digital payments platform. Flexa launches a crypto point of sale tool. Flexa will allow retailers to accept crypto payments like USDC at the point of sale. Just kind of a nice little nod to crypto on the adoption that we'll slowly be seeing. And as we all know, once you have a little bit, when you're being paid in it, you're probably going to put a little bit of that into something like Bitcoin, so you can secure those gains or secure those payments that you got into something that will pay you out long term. So a nice little savings account for these companies and stuff like that.
Let me just real quick before we got about 5 minutes here, right?
Yep.
Good morning, Sniper's Nightmare. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Good morning, all set. Good morning, FD White in the house. What is going on, my guy? And Nick Musgrave. Morning, gents, he says. Deep down, Lunar loves Solana, says French Toaster. Absolutely not. I used Solana for one transfer once, and it was super fast. I'll give you that. It was it was crazy fast. But hey, I'll never use it again. No. Don't hate it. Don't date it. Just trade it. There we go. So yeah.
Nice little saying on that. I definitely do not like Solana, but that's the whole spiel for another time.
Yeah, we've only got a few minutes here. Let's not get into that. I know. You know, we've got friends that like it. I'm just not here for Solana. I'm here for the decentralization and the financial freedom and the owning your own money, right, as property that you can use as a medium of exchange or to barter with, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's what I'm here for. If you have enjoyed today's stream, this stream, it's our first one. Little. I can't say rusty because that's means we've been doing it for a while. Just a little rough. Yeah, it's very raw, and yeah, that's why we wanted to get this done. We're doing this on this channel, on the Lunar Beach Crypto channel for this week. And then if things go well, things get better for the rest of the week, then we will be going live on Piper Academy. So yeah, that'll be our slot, 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. Central or Eastern Standard Time, rather. 5:30 to 6:30 for Blackie Chan and I, or BC Port Corp. I got to get used to saying that too. Got to get used to saying BC. But yeah, so I'm excited. This is exciting. I actually got up this morning for this. I was like, I'm not gonna leave Blackie Chan hanging. So we'll just or BC, whatever. But yeah, so yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to hit that like button. Helps us in the YouTube algorithms and all that stuff. And don't forget to watch Piper Academy at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, and then the Crypto Nightcap with FDY and TradeFly, Monday through Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I believe.
Yeah, because it's 7:30 our time.
Yeah. So, yep, that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you for watching.
Thank you to everyone that showed up. It's been a process getting this all figured out for y'all, and I hope you enjoy it. If you have anything you'd like to see us do for you guys, because we're here to serve, please let us know. Join the LBC Discord, and the link's in the description. So
Is it?
I'm pretty sure I didn't change any of the descriptions, so
Okay. All right. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know if you reused the description or what, because I didn't set the live up. All right. So yeah, it's in the description, guys. If you haven't already joined, please join. And yeah, you're gonna tell everybody what they need to do.
I what?
You don't remember?
No. Oh, right. Yep, yeah, this is a very raw show. But everyone, wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.